everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be fertilizing our evergreens as well as our bulbs. I'm a little bit late on my bulbs, not because of season, but because the bulbs are starting to come up. Our local garden center hasn't had the bulb tone in, so we kind of had to wait. Plus we got a snowstorm last week. Overall, we're really early because typically we don't lose our snow till the end of April, and we really start to do this sort of thing more in May. So calendar wise we're early, but I'm hoping we're not terribly late on getting this in. But we're going to get this in today. I did do my hydrangeas a couple weeks ago. Didn't have this in, so couldn't do that. So we're going to put about half a teaspoon around my tulips today. I have some around my maple trees on either end of the driveway, and then I have some in my new flower bed that I planted. So I have about 500 tulip bulbs. So I'm excited to do this today. And then we're going to be doing the evergreen trees. Last year we used some Jobs, and we like these sticks. They do very well, and the trees have grown phenomenally well, at least a foot in a growing season. So we used these the last couple of years. They ran out of these, so we ended up getting the Miracle Grow. So this is going to be the first time we're going to be trying these, but they're both good for the evergreens. So we have a tree line, and we're going to just give them a spike right at the drip line and get those their nutrients for the year. So come along and join us. We give them their fertilizer. All right, so these are the tulips that I planted. This is our flower bed. We are going to, get it all weeded out and remulched probably in another few weeks or so. So like I said, it's about a ½ inch. I typically don't use my gloves. It's recommended you use your gloves when you're using any sort of fertilizer. So I'm just going to kind of do a little bit of a dusting just around them, just like this. Then I kind of made a little swag over here. A lot of wildlife on our property, and it looks like a moose trampled through here when it was soft. There's some bigger tracks down below, and it looks like it probably could even be a bear. But yes, this stuff happens, and you just kind of have to go with the flow, because when we live in the country, we are going to get deer and moose and bear, and it might disrupt your flower beds, but you can't be too finicky and too attached to your flower beds, because stuff happens. That's a bigger size there. See, that's a bigger size right there, and I'm not sure if that's a moose or that might be a bear. That settled pretty deep. so these are our maple trees. They're called sunset maple. So we got 6 total. We planted 3 on either side, and then I underplanted them with tulips. So all of these tulips are the same color. I just kind of put them around the tree just to add a little bit of some pop of color during the springtime, and then these show a beautiful red leaf during the fall time. We just planted these last fall, so we do have the brace for support because it is a very windy lot, and most likely we're going to remove that brace this year because you don't want to have a brace for a long period of time, because then the lower part of the tree loses its strength and doesn't want to branch out. So the earlier you can take off that supporting beam, the better that the tree will do. So we're going to try to remove that this spring and see how it does on its own, providing we do have a windy lot. So I'm just going to do the same thing with these, and I'm just going to kind of just trickle right on the top so that when the water comes, it'll get into the tulips. And I'm just going to continue with all of them. Up. I'll show you what they look like here in a container. So these are the fertilizer spikes, and then they come with a couple caps. Couple caps in each one. So they're just meant to put over like this, and then you take a hammer, and then this is what you're going to do to push it down. Make sure that you follow where the drip line is, and even though you prune them and the drip line narrows in, you still want to always follow where the drip line is because the roots are continuing to come out. So you just put your spike and then you remove the cap, and that's all you do. So we'll do the rest all the way down. And we're doing these early, and the soil is nice and loose. We want to do this, make it a little bit easier because we have very rocky soil. So we did get a late start on trimming these. We should have probably trimmed them in the first year. So last year we did trim them, but this shows the new growth since the time that we got in the tree. So it has grown quite a bit in a couple of years. So the object is just to trim the top and trim a little bit, and we're hoping that this tree will eventually fill out a little bit more. But when we trim them in the fall, we'll do a video on how we trim them. So I'm just moving the dead grass to get the grass out of the way. And then you just follow the drip line. 20. These we did not purchase. These we sit on 17 acres of land, and adjacent to us is my sister's property, which you'll see her property in the videos. They're building a brand new house. So our property together sits in about 50 acres of land, and there's multiple evergreen trees up there. So we were able to grab these in the fall time and plant them, so it saved us a lot of money. So these were just started in the fall. Several of them kind of tipped over during the winter time because the ground had settled and shifted. So we kind of staked up a few that were having a little bit of some issues, but we feel like we've got them in a straight line. So we're just going to try to fertilize these and help them to get a nice good start. And hopefully we'll get a nice water supply this year. Last year we had a very shortage of rain, and so I think that's what hurt the ones up front. We just did not get the rain that we needed, and we had to water every couple of days or so. So we're hoping we do get a fair amount of rain, so it'll help the trees so they won't stress out as much. So overall, I think the trees look really good. They did well over the winter time, and I think we got some really nice good height on a lot of these. We just pulled them out with the excavator and just dug our holes with the augers and planted it. It was a very easy process. We think we saved most of all of the root structure, but we'll see for sure how this season goes with them. But so far it looks like they've done well through the winter. So we're just going to fertilize them now.
Well, okay, everybody, that wraps it up for our fertilizing of our evergreens and our bulbs. Please be sure to like and subscribe and continue to stick with us. We got a lot more content coming up for this summer. Have a great day. Bye.